there, I've gotten lots of requests to share lunches with you, so today I will be sharing 5 of my all-time favorite, not boring, amazingly delicious lunches. These are lunches that you could eat at home. You could pack these lunches for work, or you could pack them in your little one's lunch boxes. They are that good. Let's get to my kitchen and let's get started. Our first lunch for today is this pasta with my favorite lunchbox peanut butter bars. Seriously, you guys, I have had so many friends and family tell me these peanut butter bars are just amazing. So to your food processor, or you could just use a large bag, add in 1 cup of salted pretzels along with 1 sleeve of graham crackers. Mix this together super well until it is fully combined. Now you're going to add in 1 cup of softened butter along with 1.5 cups of peanut butter. Then add in 2 cups of powdered sugar. Mix this together again until everything is like combined and smooth. These peanut butter bars are just phenomenal. I like to prep them ahead of time. I like to make them and just keep them in my fridge for the week. They really are so good. Just look at that mixture. Now I have a 9x13 baking dish right here. I'm lining it with parchment paper and spraying it with a nonstick spray just for easy cleanup. Add that peanut butter mixture into the baking dish and spread it out. Now we're going to get started on the chocolate topping. So to a microwave safe bowl, add in 1/4 cup of peanut butter. Next, add in 10 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Microwave this for about 30 seconds at a time until it is smooth. Pull out your cookbook because this recipe is on page 231. It's in the dessert section. A lot of these desserts in this section actually come from my mom. My mom's a really good baker. We have all of our favorite recipes in this book if you don't already have one. Now pour the chocolate topping over the top of the peanut butter bars and spread it out. Refrigerate this in your fridge for at least 2 hours to set up. And like I said before, you could keep this in your fridge all week. Just look at how beautiful these are. The chocolate is kind of like crunchy on the top. It's like smooth, salty, and sweet. So good. Now to get started on the pasta salad, I also love meal prepping this pasta salad for my lunches for the week. To a large pot of boiling water, add in 1/2 pound of rotini pasta and cook it according to the package instructions. Now I'm going to get started on the veggies. So I'm just going to cut up 1/2 of a red onion, 1.5 cups of cherry tomatoes, and an avocado. Now that my pasta is tender, I am just going to strain it. I like to rinse my pasta with cold water. This is just to help the pasta cool down completely, just because you don't want to add hot pasta into your cold pasta salad. Anyway, into this large bowl, I'm working on the dressing now. It's just 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1/3 cup of white vinegar, a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Then you'll add in a tablespoon of lemon juice. The lemon juice helps prevent the avocado from browning. This is a really simple dressing to throw together, but it really is so good in this pasta salad. Give it a little stir. Now you're going to add the ingredients into the pasta salad. Add that cooked cold pasta in, along with 1 cup of cooked shredded chicken. You could use part of a rotisserie chicken. You could really use any type of chicken that you want to cook up. Now add in those tomato, avocado, and onion. Then you're going to add in 1/3 cup of fresh or semi-fresh basil. My store has had this basil and I like it. It's like semi-fresh. Give this a really good stir. This pasta salad is great because if you do go and meal prep it, it's good in your fridge up to 5 days. So it really is wonderful. To pack this lunch up in my lunch container, I'm just adding the pasta salad in the big compartment. Next, I'm adding 1 of the peanut butter bars. Those are just scrumptious. Then we went to a raspberry field here in Utah and we picked fresh raspberries. It was super affordable to pick those fresh. So that went in the other compartment, and then some Nilla wafers. Also a bag of chips, and this is this lunch. This lunch is really perfect if you want to pack it and take it to work with you. You could eat it at school, or you could just simply eat it at home. Also, this lunch container just has like a lid that works really well. Also, my lunch box is like a freezer lunch box, so I like to freeze it in my freezer because it has little ice packs in it, and it keeps the lunch cold like a lot of the day. So I do recommend it, and I do have all of the lunch products I'm using today linked below. For this day's lunch, we are making chicken wraps. So to begin, you're going to need cooked chicken. You could use any type of cooked chicken you like. I am just cooking these crispy chicken tenders up just on a sheet pan in my oven according to the package instructions. Once the chicken was out of the oven, I just cubed it into smaller pieces. Let the chicken completely cool down at this point. Now to assemble these wraps, I have burrito-sized tortillas. I definitely recommend you using the burrito-sized tortillas just so you could fill up your wraps. I added a little bit of shredded cheese, the chicken, diced tomato, lettuce, and then a dash of salt and pepper that gives the tomato added flavor. Now drizzle your favorite dressing over the top. You could use honey mustard, barbecue. I'm just using ranch today, but really add anything you love into these chicken wraps. They are so simple to make and they are just so delicious. It's kind of like a creative, unique lunch idea that is still affordable and still pretty easy to make. I just served this lunch with a nectarine on the side. The nectarines and peaches have been so good here in Utah. I also served this lunch with one of these cake batter bars. They're the Made Good brand, and we have been really liking them recently, especially my little ones and husband. I also served this lunch with some chips and salsa on the side. You can't go wrong with classic chips and salsa. Now we are making these chicken bacon ranch pinwheels. So to this bowl, add in a half a pound of cooked shredded chicken. I used part of a rotisserie chicken today, but use any type of chicken that you'd like. Then add in 1/3 cup of ranch dressing, followed by 8 ounces of cream cheese. Make sure you soften your cream cheese up a little bit. I softened mine in the microwave for 30 seconds. It will just make it easier to stir. Then add in a cup of shredded Colby Jack cheese, a half a cup of cooked crumbled bacon, 2 tablespoons of sliced green onions, and give this a good stir. I have burrito-sized tortillas right here. Add some of the mixture onto the tortillas and then roll them up tightly. Don't overfill your tortillas, but make sure you have enough filling on them. Just roll them up super tight, and these are so good. This lunch is so nicely paired with a peanut butter bar. I also served them with some cherries along with barbecue chips, a Kind bar, and a Nosa yogurt. I hope I'm saying that right, but I love how creamy the Nosa yogurts are. They're super good. I tried them last week and really enjoyed them. I recommend them. Now we are making a turkey sub with this baked potato salad. I have been getting so many requests for this recipe. It really is so delicious. Once you try it, you're going to love it. I started out by peeling and cubing 5 russet potatoes over to this pot of boiling water on my stove. I'm adding the potatoes in there and just boil them until they are fork tender. It will take about 8 minutes, depending on, of course, how big you cut your potatoes. But once the potatoes are tender, strain them and let the potatoes cool down completely. I like to rinse them with cold water. This really does help them cool down faster. Now I'm going to get started on the boiled eggs. You need between 2 to 3 boiled eggs for this recipe. I'm just cooking mine up in the Instant Pot with some water. It's really easy to do it like that. Now for the dressing, this dressing is absolutely delicious. It's 1 cup of mayonnaise with a half a cup of sour cream. If you don't want to use sour cream or the mayonnaise, you could always substitute it for plain Greek yogurt. Then add in a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, garlic powder, and dried dill. Give this a good stir. Now you're going to add in the rest of the ingredients. So add in the cooked potatoes, followed by a half a cup of cooked crumbled bacon, then 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. Next, add in your hard-boiled eggs. I'm just using my hard-boiled egg cutter. I really like it. I got it recently. After I add those eggs in, I'm going to add in my sliced green onions, give this a really good stir, and this will be good in your fridge up to 5 days. Just look at how beautiful this is. If you have never made a baked potato salad before, you absolutely need to try this. You are going to be so impressed. Now we are going to get started on the turkey sub for this lunch. I am making a pesto mayo to go with it. It's just 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise with a half a tablespoon of basil pesto. Mix it together super well. I used to make this basil pesto all of the time. It's delicious. Into my sub roll, I added 2 slices of Swiss cheese. Next, add the pesto mayo over the top. You want to add the pesto mayo over the cheese just so the bread doesn't get soggy when you pack it in the lunch. Add the turkey over the pesto mayo, followed by tomatoes. Season the tomatoes with a dash of salt and pepper. Place lettuce over the top, and this lunch is so delicious with that pesto mayo. I served this lunch with the baked potato salad, chili cheese Fritos, and one of these Oreo dippers. You just can't go wrong with this lunch. I made a peanut butter and jelly, but instead of using sandwich bread, I made it on a crescent roll. If you have never tried that before, you absolutely need to give it a try. My husband loves it when I do that. I also made a yogurt parfait on the side of this lunch with regular yogurt and some granola on the top. I served this lunch with the baked potato salad. I swear the baked potato salad gets even better